I originally started making music out of just a love, like a personal love for hip hop. I grew up listening to like a lot of like 90s rock, and then middle school, early high school is when I started to branching out into different genres. I mean, hip hop was by far my favorite. Whatever medium I'm consuming is something that I want to create myself. So I originally was wanting to be a filmmaker, movie director, potentially like an actor. And so that was something I was pursuing up until I was 14, which sounds so young to even have dreams or aspirations like that in general. Yeah, when I was 14 is when I said, okay, I'm gonna switch over to music. The main reason was I felt like I could create higher quality music with a lower budget than I could movies. Especially at that age, it was so hard to make anything look good, really, as far as like filming went. But with music, I would throw together beats on GarageBand and, you know, write some pretty juvenile lyrics, and I was like, oh, this sounds like sick. Like I feel like I have the potential to grow in this much faster. And so over the years, I just honed that craft. I produced my own beats at first on GarageBand, and then I was like, I suck at this. I can't play any instruments. So I started working with different producers like I found on SoundCloud. That was when I started to sound better, and I mainly just focused on just like lyricism. I was like, I'm a lyricist. That's my trade. That's my skill. I'm gonna hone in on that. That's one of the cool things this year is I've actually returned in a sense to two things. Obviously, filming a video right now, so we're back in the video space. Also, I started producing my own beats again this year, which has been life-changing as far as the creative side of it goes. Just writing lyrics for 12 years without as much of a hand in the actual sound of the song itself, this year has changed the game for me as like creatively, and I've loved it so much. I love music because it connects people from different paths of life. Everyone has different tastes and different things that just connect with them. That's been even one of the fun things I've experienced this year is when I show my friends different songs that I'm working on. Some of them will like the beat, and then some of them won't like the beat, but then others will like the same beat that the other friend didn't like. And so it's kind of helping me especially to accept that music taste is truly subjective, and I just need to create the things that I personally am proud of, and hopefully it connects with someone else. With being an artist, there does come a lot of responsibility because of how powerful music really is. It can change your mental state in literally a matter of minutes. With that does come a lot of responsibility, but also it is really just cool to know that things I'm saying and the sounds that I'm creating are going deeper than just, oh, this sounds kind of nice. Like, music has the potential to reach in to the deepest parts of you, and my goal is to make people, myself, when I'm writing, and then people that listen, like, expose those things and face them rather than keeping them inside. There's a lot of music that it's there to be just listened to and not felt necessarily, and I think that's really cool as well. And I think, again, that adds to my answer of what I love about music is there's both sides to that coin. There's stuff that you listen to really feel, to really experience, and then there's other stuff on the other side when you don't really want to feel and you just want to be comforted. Both of those I love, and I want to create both sides of that. Yeah, I draw a lot of inspiration from the Psalms and the Proverbs in the Bible mainly because of the vulnerability of David. And I think it's cool that stuff is in the Bible, especially as a, faith-based artist. A lot of people think that my music has to follow a certain formula. It has to be like a worship song, or it has to basically like preach the gospel in every lyric. That's why I find the Psalms so encouraging, because a lot of them are praise, a lot of them are worship, and I love those. I love coming to those for encouragement. However, a lot of them are just David being real, expressing his disappointment, expressing his anguish. I think it's just a cool reminder that there is space for, again, both of those sides. As a creative, like I don't always have to be hiding the struggles I'm having. Since I was younger, I have struggled for years and years with a lot of almost crippling fear, a lot of mental health problems. You kind of have to push those down. You kind of have to hide those away in like normal life. But when I write is when I am able to express that. And that's why I love the Proverbs and the Psalms, because it's a reminder that is good. On a personal note, I almost never go into a writing session with an abstract concept or an abstract person in mind that I want to reach. I draw most of my inspiration from, obviously, my personal struggles, but then primarily the lives of the people around me. So my wife, my family, my friends. A lot of my songs are pulling from our shared experiences and putting them into words, trying to produce a sound that almost evokes that feeling. And I think by doing that, it creates a real connection for the listener, because obviously there's nothing really inherently unique about me or any of my friends. Pulling from that inspiration, you're gonna inevitably reach a large amount of people that are like, oh wow, yeah, that is exactly what I've been going through. Today, the reason I make music is very different from when I was younger. And so I have three main reasons. Number one is I believe that we're all called to create. I think that being made in the image of God, He's put that innate desire in all of us. I think that our society revolves a lot around consuming rather than creating. I would say that God creates us all with that ability, and it's just about exploring what that medium is for you. So rather than just accepting, oh, I'm not creative because I don't make music, I don't make movies, I don't make art, what is a way that you are creative and you can be creative? Because creating is just an extension of what God has already done in our lives. He's created us, and He's created us to create more beautiful things. And so whatever that looks like for you, find it, because it's going to bring you more fulfillment and more joy than consuming anything ever will. Number two is definitely the people aspect of it. It's kind of what I've touched on a lot, and just the idea of like truly reaching people, truly changing the way people think, making them face things that they might not have been willing to face because they felt alone. I think a lot of people look to artists to feel less lonely, because it gives them a feeling that they are seen, they are heard. My goal is to evoke that feeling, but kind of redirect it into the right direction. People can find comfort in my music, but I don't want people to find comfort in me. I always want to like draw people in and then redirect their focus on the truth and what is actually going to have like lasting changes on their lives. Number three is just the personal reason. I love music. I love creating it. Writing brings me a peace and a calm. God has used it in my life almost as like a personal therapy in a way, just getting those thoughts and feelings out on the page, similar to David and the writers of Psalms. And so it's been a huge blessing in my life as well. Like I said, producing this year has brought like a new creative outlet that I can experience. Yeah, it feels really good. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's a gift God's given me. I think it's a passion He's instilled in my heart, and it's a calling He's put on my life. I'm okay admitting that I genuinely love it and I enjoy it. I'm not gonna buy the lie that I have to be constantly doing things that I hate and sacrificing any joy to live a fulfilled life in Christ. I don't think that's right. 2 Corinthians, Paul talks about taking your thoughts captive, and that's something that I've been told since I was young, but this is a year that I am trying to truly explore what that means and how to actually put it into practice, especially with a lot of the fear that I struggle with. And so I think that's something that's going to come out in my music, especially this year, is the redemptive side of the coin. I think if you just want to listen to the music and you're not ready to kind of walk through on the other side of it, that's okay, because I don't even know if I'm there yet either. It's kind of a journey. I'm writing and I'm sharing where I am. I'm really just excited for whatever comes this year, whatever God has for the music, the visuals, hoping to do some more music videos this year. Just exploring what it means to be a truth-inspired storyteller, creating stories that lead people back to the truth, because that's always been the most important part of my life. It's the one thing my wife always says to me when I start to spiral. She calls it a tornado. When I start to just spiral, I'll have a thought, I just can't let it go, and it just turns into a whirlwind of emotions and just a downward spiral of anxiety, depression. And the one thing she says to me to help pull me out of that is just focus on the truth, focus on what you know, focus on what you can control. You can't know the truth unless you pursue it, unless you are determined to discover what the truth is. That is the biggest thing this year that I want to push people towards. Is here's the truth that I found. I'm going to share it with you, and hopefully you pursue that as well. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, I will be making more videos here on this channel. Big shout out to Jeremiah, who has helped me overcome the fear of myself. by even recording this video. Yeah, keep an eye out. Make sure you like and subscribe and all the classic YouTube stuff.